The plywood's been painted and we need to hang it on the studs, but that's gonna be a bit of an issue on this wall, and I'll tell you why in just a second. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. Happy Thanksgiving. It is the weekend of Thanksgiving. It's already passed. I hope you had a great one. We've got some snow outside, still on the ground, and it's coming down further now. So excited to be in this nice warm garage where hopefully we will be washing cars soon, but that is neither here nor there. We need to get this sheet of plywood up on the wall. So let's go over here and I will explain to you why this is going to be a little more difficult than just putting a stud finder on this wall and getting this piece of plywood hung up here. So you can see this is the door to my house, to the laundry room area, to the mud room that we walk into. And because this is partially old garage on this side, which I'll show you in this episode, we'll see the dirty old garage, and also part house over here, we had to have 5/8 drywall here, and this was technically the outside of my house before. So I'll put a picture up now of what it used to look like, so you can see the amazing transformation that we've gone through, and we're standing in the grass, basically in the picture that you're seeing now. But this is the outside of the house. So we've got a sandwich, and I'll put it up on the screen here. We've got 5/8 drywall, then we've got exterior sheathing, and then we've got the studs on the other side, and then we've got insulation on the other side of that. So right about here is kind of where the old garage stops and the actual laundry room begins. And so we need to get this piece of plywood hung up here. And how are we going to find the studs? Because this sheathing on the outside is probably only, it's probably only 7/16 thick. So I don't really want to put a 3/4 inch piece of plywood up into 7/16 without finding some studs on the other side of this wall. So let's figure out how we're going to get this mounted up here. And in the end of the episode, we're going to unbox some additional products that are going to be going onto this wall. But let's take you into the old garage to show you what I'm thinking about how to get this piece of plywood mounted securely to the wall. All right, let's get out into the old garage, the very messy old garage, and you can see the vision is great for the other side of this wall here. So the laundry room is right over here behind this drywall. You are looking at the corner where just on the other side of this concrete is where that water line comes up through. So we can clearly see the studs here of where we need to go. However, we've got insulation and we've got plastic over the top of this. I would love to just measure off of the end here, but I don't think that's going to be possible. I think what we are going to do is a little trick that I'll show you right now. So how do you project the studs to the other side of the wall? Well, you use a really long drill bit and you use a really skinny drill bit. So this is a 1/4 inch by 18 inch long drill bit. And my plan here is to basically put it right next to the stud, drill through this wall so that I know which side of the stud I'm on. So I'll basically use the stud as my guide and drill as straight as possible to go through the wall. On the other side of the wall, we'll see this come out of the wall, and then we will know exactly where one of these studs are. We're 16 inches on center going across. So then once we get one stud marked, we can mark the studs on the other side of the wall all the way across, and then we can hang that piece of plywood in a good location. But before we use this drill bit to drill through the wall from that side to this side, we need to see where we want to mount this piece of plywood. So if you remember, I am planning on moving this shelf over here. So as it sits right now, we need to scoot it over that way because this will not fit in between the plywood and the step here. So we're gonna have to scoot it a little over that way, which is not a big deal at all. I actually kind of wanted it further this way, tucked in the corner a little bit more. We're gonna replace this with a refrigerator is gonna be right there, and then this will be our setup for the entire wall here. Probably bucket storage and stuff down here after we get things going. But the main thing we need to do is figure out how far off of this wall we want to install. So that, you know, I'm probably going to pick a stud that's more in the middle so it will be covered up. We will put some fire caulk in there to make sure we are code compliant with making sure this is still a nice fire break between the garage and the house. It doesn't technically matter in this area because it's garage to garage. It more matters kind of on this line here to go into the laundry room there. So number one, let's figure out how high we want to mount this piece of plywood and to make sure that this hole is covered up by that piece of plywood once we finally mount it on the wall. All right, guys, so I've laid everything out. So 36 inches is how wide this is. So coming 36 inches off of here, off of this step, basically puts us somewhere around like right here, which if we leave this where it is and just put it on the wall, that gives us a pretty good amount of cushion where we can still not have it necessarily touching the step and still have some storage between the actual cabinet and the wall right here. So I'm pretty much liking where it is. I'm sure our fridge will come out a little deeper, but right now you can kind of see that this is almost in line with it, but we're gonna have to go off the studs anyways. So the other thing is this is 83 inches tall as it sits right now. So 84, 7 feet, nice round number. So I think we're gonna try and put the top at 7 feet, just an inch above this one. And so then basically the bottom of the piece of plywood would be 3 feet off the ground total. So that way the bottom has real nice access to it and I can still reach up and touch anything that's on the top. We're gonna still try and orient everything to the bottom, but with high ceilings, you wanna take as much advantage of the height as possible. So that's why we're gonna mount this up high. So we are 29 inches off the wall here. So on the other side, when we drill, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come a minimum of 29. We'll probably try and find a stud right in this area, and then we will drill through the wall and see where it comes out. So let me get the camera set up on the tripod. We will go on the other side, and I will keep this camera rolling, and we'll put it on the tripod right now. We'll zoom in, and hopefully you will be able to see the actual drill bit come through the wall. All right, guys, so you can see we are through. And so the stud is right here. It is to the right on this side and to the left on the other side. So we have a stud right here. So we can mark this. We'll get the large square and we will start marking 16-inch on center all the way across here, right where we need to be. This will get covered up with some fire caulk and also some paint and everything like that. So no need to worry about that. And then we can get this thing hung on the wall. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so the board is up, and before we get going any further into the unboxing of things, I just wanted to show you, we had some issues with the wood splitting a little bit, so we'll have to come back over and paint this. We also have some pretty big dust lines from going down here. I wasn't able to put this up here and get another row of screws here because we were a little bit too far this way. So we're able to get 3 going here. We've got these for the rest of them. Just did them basically every foot going down and all the studs all the way across. That way we can simply just use probably, I'm gonna say 1.5 inch, maybe even just simply 2 inch 2-inch screws to go through, and so we'll see how that goes. But we use 2.5-inch screws to go through the 3/4, the 5/8, the 7/16, and then into the actual stud on the other side. I might back some of these out and actually put 3-inch in instead, but I didn't have any 3-inch to do that with right now. So everything turned out well. We just have to repaint a little bit, but let's get to the unboxing of some additional products that we're gonna put on the wall. So we won't necessarily be doing an unboxing today, but I wanted to show you the 2 vacuums we are gonna be testing out in this garage. And yes, why do we have 2? Because one is for the Haida hose that we have put in over there. That goes up to the top and we can pull that hose out of the wall. That is a dry vac only. And then we have the Prolux detailing vacuum that certainly could hook up to the Haida hose if we wanted it to, but it does come with hose as well. And the big thing with this one is it is a wet and dry vac. So I wanna have the capability to do both. I also want to do some sort of dust collection system kind of sitting right where these vacuums are. So in a future episode, we will get these mounted, but dual vacuums, I know, a little overkill, but very excited to test them out and show you how they work and the different features between the two, so you can decide which vacuum is right for your garage if you want to go the wet dry or just the dry system. If you have any questions about today's video, please put those down in the comments below, or if you just want to call me dumb for not using the right screw size the first time, put that in the comments below as well. But thank you so much for watching Detached Garage. I am so happy that all of you are here and following along with this wash bay build. It is going to be epic when it's done. Hopefully we can get it done soon before the new year, but we'll probably be pushing into January a little bit. But happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and thank you so much for watching Detached Garage. I hope to catch you on the next episode.